everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura. Over here I share my lock journey with you, sharing with you maintenance tips and tricks, different things that I'm learning along. I put out some polls a few months ago where I asked what kind of content you would like to see from me, and I was so eager to put out that content, but unfortunately life was lifing. I ended up moving, and the process of that got a new job. A lot of stuff happened in the midst, but I'm hoping to jump back on the bandwagon. If you've been with me since the beginning, you know that this channel evolved out of my passion for creating a positive lens on natural hair, the natural hair journey. The reason why you clicked on this video is because you're interested in seeing what locks look like at 3 years and interested in hearing my experience. So we're gonna dive right into that. Everybody's journey is unique. It's really important that when you're watching these videos about lock journeys, when you're trying to see how your hair might potentially look like, that you're taking the information with a grain of salt, because not everybody's hair is the same. It's really important, and this is something that I encourage on this channel, that you grow comfortable with caring for your hair and being able to identify your hair's needs and being able to take information in, taking what's for you and leaving the rest behind. We're gonna dive right into the different things that I've learned over the last 3 years, kind of where my hair care routine is currently right now. The purpose of this video is just meant to bring you up to speed with how things are going and hopefully give you perspective. If you're newer in your lock journey, I hope that this encourages you to hang tight with the journey, because eventually things 100% get better. So the first thing I want to start off with is talking about how I'm feeling about my hair. So when I first originally started this lock journey, one of my biggest things was I wanted to make sure that I was not having a hair care routine that took up too much time from my day, that was complicated. So the first thing was convenience. And then the second thing was I wanted something where I could be able to rock my natural hair. I used to wear a lot of afros and Marley twists and hairstyles that would mimic Afro hair. And I was like, instead of trying to mimic my hair, I might as well just wear my hair in its natural state, and locks was the best fitting style. So this is where I ended up. Something else that I promote on this channel is talking positively about our hair, specifically for women of color with Afro textured hair. We're used to the media portraying the hair as unmanageable, as challenging, as less desirable. We know that usually what's promoted is the sleek, straight styles, but that's me going on a whole tangent, a different direction. But today we're here to talk about where we are 3 years in. Originally, I wanted something that was low maintenance, that wouldn't require me to do too much with it. And that's exactly what I've gotten. But something that I've learned throughout this journey is that you cannot completely neglect your hair. It's really important that you have some kind of hair care routine. Now, at the starter lock phase, when you're first starting your locks, the biggest advice you get is just leave your hair alone, because it has to go through the locking process. You have to give it time. It goes through different phases. Year 1, you're seeing a different phase. Year 2, you're seeing a different phase. In all honesty, since the beginning of my lock journey, I've seen my hair look different in the last 3 years. So right now it's kind of staying put in what it's looking like right now, but I foresee where it's going to change as it continues to grow longer. I have gotten that low maintenance routine that I like. However, I've had to learn how to care for my hair at different stages, at different lengths, and during different seasons over the years. Right now, I'm transitioning into a colder month. We had a summer where I currently live, which means that I was able to be a little bit more hands-off with my hair. Now, I went a little bit too hands-off and kind of what was borderline neglecting my hair. There are 2 things that I currently use to care for my hair, but like I said, I was borderline neglecting my hair. So what I do is I try to spritz my hair with either a rose water, or I use just plain water. My favorite, shameless plug, is the Faida Naturals Hydrating Rose Water Mist. And then the second thing that I will do is to seal in that moisture with some type of oil. I have a plant-based oil from Faida Naturals. I will link these below. And this is avocado and aloe hair oil that I put on my hair as needed. Now, the frequency of me using the oil really depends on how I'm feeling, really depends on how much I'm willing to put into my hair. But overall, I try to keep a pretty clean routine. Now, you might be newer to this video and wonder, how do I maintain my locks? I interlock my hair. Part of the reason why is I didn't want to have to use product, which is gels, because they're quite heavy for my hair, though I have what's typed as 4C hair, as you would call it, or a coilier texture textured hair, my hair can't handle too much product. I think the misconception is that the thicker your hair, the more it should be able to handle product. But again, that's besides the point. I really try to keep my products to natural products because I want to be aware of what I'm putting into my hair, and I want to be knowledgeable about what exactly it's doing for my hair. Something else with maintenance is I haven't been the best at covering my hair every night, which is something that I'm seeing as something that's more important now than it was before. I think when I originally started my lock journey, I was able to get away with not covering my hair every night. Now, the reason why it's not a good thing for me to do right now and why I'm regretting even doing it is because I'm dealing with lint in the back of my hair. Now, lint is basically an accumulation of different items. Could be from your bedding. Who knows what else might be mixed in there, and typically shows up as a white speck that will end up in your locks. Similar to if you were laying on a fuzzy blanket and you'd end up with a fuzz ball in it, locks just tend to hold on to those pieces a little bit more. I have learned that I need to cover my hair every night. Now, do I do it? Absolutely not, but it's something that I need to be more consistent with. I wear my hair down most days or up, but it's really a combination of the two. I don't do too much styling, nothing more with it. I just kind of leave my hair as is. Now, something else that's really interesting that has happened to me is I've lost 2 locks in the last few months. And these are the pieces over here that have fallen off. My plan is to reattach them to my hair. The reason why this happened was when I originally had my hair in 2-strand twist starting the locks, some of those locks were a little bit weaker. So if you have heat damage in your hair, I tried to hang on to some heat damage spots. Those spots were weaker, which led them to be a little bit thinner. So eventually they were kind of hanging by a few strands of hair. So I just decided to snip them off. Something else that I've done on this journey is the ends that were not locking, I snipped them off and just decided to restart the lock journey. I've also split locks in the front of my hair. The pieces the front of my head, as you can see, these two are 2 completely different lengths. And that is because this was a lock where the ends were not locking because the front of my hair was heat damaged when I started my locks, and similar with this one. Now, you've heard me reference that I don't like that my hair looks like a mullet, and I think that my hair still resembles a mullet if I'm to look at the side. And when I say a mullet, I mean that the length kind of angles down, so it starts short and it's longer towards the back. That was not intentional. It just happened to be the state of my hair when I originally locked my hair. So I'm hoping to reattach these 2 locks in the front to give myself just a little bit more volume and kind of even things out a little bit. It's not going to be that drastic because they're really only 2 pieces, but I think it will make a difference. And I'm hoping to share a video about how I go about reattaching a lock that has fallen off. Something else that I'd like to advise you is really try to keep your hair as moisturized as possible. Now, when talking about moisture, not every product that says it's moisturizing your hair is moisturizing your hair. It's really important that you're well versed with the ingredients that are going into your hair, what exactly they're doing. If you're using a product, you have to know exactly what's in the product and you have to understand what that ingredient is doing for you, which is why Faida Naturals was birthed, because we really try to be transparent with all of our products and all the ingredients in it, making sure that all the ingredients are effective specifically for textured hair, or if you want to call it Afro textured hair. It's hard to know the true length of my hair. Now, right now you can see that my hair reaches right about here. But if I were to stretch a piece of my hair, which I can do with this one, you can see that I have more length. And this is not shrinkage, it just might be how my hair is situated. I find that to be really interesting. But if anybody else who has locks is experiencing this, comment below if your hair shows up as different lengths at different times. Now, I have done some braid outs from time to time, which will help with stretching out my hair, but again, it doesn't really bother me as much. Something else too that I have changed about my routine since I started my lock journey is, at first I had a specific number of reties, retwists that I was doing. I think it was 4 times a year originally, and then my hair started growing faster than I could keep up with the 4 times, so I changed it to, I don't think I put a number at that point, but I made it more frequently. And now I have a more intuitive approach to taking care of my hair, which means that when I feel like it needs a retwist or a retie, that's when I'll do it. When I don't feel like it, I'll leave it. Most times I let my roots just to be puffy and I let them grow out. I don't care for the clean cut look. Not that I have anything personally against it, but my personal style really is something that's more natural looking and low maintenance, which having the puffy roots just works well for me. I also don't want to over manipulate my hair by constantly retying it. While retying is a great method, if you do it too frequently, you can experience damage to your hair. So another issue that I'm dealing with right now is having these extra pieces of hair around my locks. So I'll show you an example. Like for right here, I have these extra pieces of hair that are growing. And I'll show you, if I can show you the back of my hair, I have these shorter pieces right here that are growing. At first, I thought that there was something wrong with how my hair was set up, how it was situated. But right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna combine those pieces to locks to build a stronger base so the lock can be stronger. But that's something that's strange that I haven't dealt with since the beginning. My hair, it's just going in a, if anybody knows why that might be, please let me know. I also wonder if this could be due to when I colored my hair. So a few months ago, I bleached the ends of my hair and then I recolored it black. So I'm wondering if just the extra processing might have done something to my locks. But for the most part, they look pretty healthy. Originally, I said I wanted to interlock my hair, but I did give the regular retwist an attempt. My friend retwisted my hair with gel, with product, and unfortunately it unraveled and it didn't really work for me. I really feel like the retie method, retwist method just works better for me. It's able to last longer. I don't have excessive buildup in my hair. And it just looks better for me. Not saying generally, for me, it just looks better. I will stick with the retightening or interlocking my hair. Something else too that I've noticed that has changed about my journey, and I think this is more of a mindset thing, is over the years I've become more flexible. When I originally started, I said I'm not going to use X, Y, and Z products. I'm not going to color my hair. I'm going to keep it natural. But as you've seen, I've experimented with color. I've used some products that are not 100% clean at times. I think I've been more open to trying different things out on my hair, and I think that's really helped me solidify why I like what I like and why I do the things I do and why my routine is the way it is. Before, I was just saying it because it's something that I desired, but now I feel like I've tried things and they haven't worked out, and I can speak to that and say, okay, I've experienced it and it just wasn't for me, so I'm not moving forward with it. What's ahead for me in the upcoming journey, in the upcoming years, and what do I look forward to? And once upon a time, I was obsessed with growth, which I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait to see how long my hair gets. However, health of my hair is more important. Being able to see my roots be thick, being able to see my hair just thrive in maintaining moisture, that's all that matters to me at this point. And I feel like this locks have really given me the opportunity to just see my hair thrive. So that's all I have for 3 years. So far, it's been amazing. If you're considering getting locks, if you're considering locking your hair, I would highly recommend that you try it. It's not a permanent thing. If you decide that you don't want your locks, you are more than welcome to change your hair at whatever point you want to. Granted, some people cut them off, some people comb them out, but give it a try before you knock it off. And if you have locks, let's say you're earlier in your lock journey, I want to encourage you to stick with it. Remember your why. The journey gets better and better and better. The journey is more than just hair. It's actually about self-love and self-discovery. And if you can view it that way, then when you focus less on your hair, it doesn't feel like things are not working out for you, or you don't end up personalizing it as you look this way or that way. Be really careful. As much as we look for inspiration online and we see other people's hair, that comparison can really creep in and make it feel, again, the very thing we're trying to avoid ends up happening, where we're like, why is my hair not doing this? It needs to be doing this, 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 this. Your journey is your journey. Your hair will do what it wants to do, but in the end, things will work out because that's hair. It's hair. It's meant to grow, and it will be fine for the most part. So thank you so much for sticking along with this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you're new, again, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel, like this video if you enjoyed it, if there are things that stood out to you, if you found it beneficial to watch. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Take care.